Welcome, Fantasy Degenerates. We are now in week 7. I can't believe that either. The season is damn near halfway over. But here we are. And I'm so excited to bring you the first edition of Contender or Pretender. And this is kind of our view on seeing who may make the playoffs and who may not. We're filming live tonight from the dungeon, as I like to call it, my unfinished basement, because it's in the middle of a remodel. But we're going to bring it strong this evening, lots of opinions, and me and Brent are coming hard. And we're going to start right off the bat with myself as contender or pretender. Brent, why don't you go ahead and tell me what you think?
Well, Robbie, I got to be honest with you. You've made some pretty solid trades. Put yourself in a good position. I'm going to have to say you're a contender. Like I said, you made really good trades. You put yourself up there on the block to make a good run at the playoffs.
Yeah, you know what, and obviously, speaking for myself, I'm going to agree. I'm 4-2 thus far in. Probably won't get the bye based on I'm in the same division as Brent, and he's definitely getting the bye being at undefeated 6-0. But I think, I'm only 3 wins away from playoff bound, basically. I think the wide receiver core of Megatron, Odell, and Demarius is very solid. I'm a contender at this point, and we agree. So let's move on to the next team. And Team Bohica, bend over, here I come again. Chris Strack is our next contender or pretender.
He's 3-3.
He is 3-3. He's running 500 right now. I think he's on the right track. He has some pieces. Being that he's 500, he could go this way or that way. I think DeMarco Murray is a very interesting piece on his team because he's played like shit early this season, but he's shown some glimpses of that 20-point fantasy player that he can be. And the Seahawks offense, Russell Wilson, you don't know what he's going to do. At this point, I think Strack's bench is too thin. And 2 weeks ago, you would have asked me, I would have said contender. But at this point, I'm going to say he's a pretender.
I don't know. I'm up in the air here. I do like the Seattle offense. I just think they need to fix some things. But I guess inevitably, I sit here and I look through everything. Strack, you're probably a pretender. Sorry.
Well, I guess, there's still 6-7 weeks to go before the playoffs happen, so anything can happen. Being 500 is in a good place to be, because being just over 500 at 7-6 at the end of the season, people have made the playoffs, people have won championships like that. So,
yeah.
There's really not much that you can predict at this point. It's just our word. But that's what you're dealing with now. You're a pretender, Strack, so deal with it for now. Okay, next on the list, we're looking at the A team, Team Canada. All right, now this team, also 500, looking at second place in a very tough division. I think that there's 4 teams in this division that are 3-3.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
So it's, and obviously they're 1 game out of first place in their division. This division is going to be very interesting to watch because the bye week is still in play for 5 out of the 6 teams. Potentially even 6 out of the 6 teams. With Kevin, he banked hard on the Patriots being good this year with Brady and Gronk. Obviously, that's proved fruitful to this point. And Kevin's track record shows. I think the past 5 years he's only missed the playoffs 1 time. So I don't know how you cannot put him in the contender point at this juncture.
Yeah, this is a pretty solid team, minus the running back and flex spot that we're missing here. But I'm sure he's going to come up with something good. And
I think the interesting thing with his team is C.J. Anderson, his keeper, has been demoted to second string, and then he also has Joseph Randle, the Dallas running back, who is rumored to be also demoted to second string. So if Kevin has 0 starting running backs on his squad, that may play out, against his potential possibilities of being a playoff guy.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is pretty out there, but
But you're also looking at a player that lost Adrian Peterson, his number 1 pick last year for the year, still made the playoffs.
no,
Lost his number 1 pick or number 2 round pick this year, and Jordy Nelson, and he's crafty enough, he's savvy enough to know that he can make things happen when maybe all the pieces are there. So you never know. I say contender. You say?
I say I'll throw it out there now. I mean, it's borderline, but I'm gonna say, track record. Kevin, you're a contender.
All right. With that being said, he has a huge matchup this week with Waylon, Team Canada versus the Gambling Jews.
Jews suck.
Well, that being said, I think Kevin has also something to say about that. Take it away, Kevin. This is live from Michigan.
Greetings from up north there, fantasy degenerates. I'm here to talk about the matchup this week between me, Team Canada, and Jew Boy Whalen. Good matchup we got. We're both sitting at 3-3. Whalen, defending champion. Myself, leading the league in points. Should be a good matchup. Again this week, Whalen, you traded, good part of your team. Picked up Julian Edelman. I think season long this trade benefits you, but this week I think it actually hurts you a little bit, seeing as I have Tom Brady, so any points will be offset. And the fact that he's playing the Jets, so probably be covered by Darrelle Revis most of the game, which will, I think, open up the middle of the field a little bit more for Mr. Gronkowski. Your running backs, I think you have an advantage there. I think they're projected to have about 300 points, so we'll see how that pans out for you. In the end, I think this game comes down to Monday night. You have a good matchup for Carson Palmer against Baltimore. I do, however, though, love me some Monday night defense, so I think it'll be interesting and good game to watch there on Monday night. We both have the kickers in that game, too, so I think that's what it might come down to. Justin Tucker hits about 5 field goals, I think, in this game. I win the matchup. You lose. That's all there is to it. So, good luck, everybody, this week. Whalen, not so much, but I have a feeling I'll see you again in the playoffs. So, peace, everybody.
All right, the next team we're discussing is going to be Jared Fogel's Footlongs. He is sitting at 2-4 currently. He's 5th in the East, which, 2 games out of 500. Not a lot of pieces on this team that I love. You're starting people like Willie Snead. I don't even know who the fuck that is. Colin Kaepernick, worst offense in the league. Alfred Morris, captain, I score 2 points a week. Kyle, love you to death, but the pieces aren't here, man. I think that you're a pretender. I hope that Jarvis Landry and T.Y. Hilton can carry you long enough to maybe beat some teams and help me out a little bit. But at the same time, you face Brent this week if Aaron Rodgers is on bye. That's heartbreaking.
Solid for me.
Kaepernick scoring 4 points last night didn't do you any favors, and I'm sure you already know that. But I say pretender. Brent, thoughts on the squad?
I've told you from the get-go, I don't like any Colt wide receiver or tight end, and that's what forced you this week. Colby Fleener, T.Y. Hilton, Colin Kaepernick. I love you to death, buddy, but you're going to be an easy win this week.
All right, Kyle.
Pretender.
You heard it first. You're not making the playoffs in 2015. Sorry, guys. I totally forgot. They are for those first 4 teams we discussed. I didn't include our fantasy sponsor, Jim Beam. We're also sponsored by Dyswalt Golf Course in Lake Michigan Hills. Thanks, golf professionals.
And Bud Light.
And Bud Light as well.
And Blue Chair Bay.
We have too many sponsors this year. We have to cut back next year.
Ridiculous.
I didn't tell everybody, but our league fees next year are going to be up to $130. I bought a new iPad this last weekend so we could edit these fantasy videos better. So that's coming out of your pockets next season. Thank you, appreciate it. All right, next person we're talking about here is Austin Hill. His sophomore season in the league, he is currently he's doing well this season. He's 4-2. Things are looking up for this guy. You know, as far as contender pretender we're looking at here is I like his core with Drew Brees and Quan Bolden. He traded Megatron this week. I think that may hurt him in the long run. Tavon Austin's had a pretty good year so far, but you know, I think it's kind of one of those lightning in the bottle situations where can it continue? I don't think so. St. Louis's offense isn't that great, but he did add Tyler Eifert, which is Cincinnati's offense has been on fire this season. I think Austin has had early success, but I think it may tail off. I'm going to say he's a pretender, but barely. I'm thinking he's going to be that 6-7 team that just is out, or 7-6 that gets in some sort of weird tiebreaker situation that falls out.
I gotta totally disagree with you here. This is a good team. This is solid. You got Le'Veon Bell, and Mike Wallace, solid receiver. I mean, this is a good team, and I'm gonna tell you, Austin, you're gonna make a good run when it comes to the playoffs. You're gonna be in there, and you're gonna make a damn good run. And I think this is gonna be somebody to battle with. You know, I mean, you've got Torrey Smith in there. I mean, you've got a solid team here, Robbie. And then,
the thing of it is, Austin currently holds a trophy, being it the toilet bowl or not. Does he exchange one trophy for another this year? That it potentially could happen.
It is what it is. Austin, you're a contender.
There you go, our first disagreement, Austin. We'll see how it plays out. Just kidding, let's do another one. Andy Wenzel. Rookie Andy Wenzel. All right, man, you had a tough battle with Brent last week. You tried to knock off the undefeated team. It came down to Monday night, right? And didn't quite pan out for you. But you're still looking at your 500 ball right now. You've made some deals. You and Waylon are apparently trade buddies. Next time he trades you, he'll probably ask if you want it in your face or on your chest, because that's what Waylon does. But at the same time, you're starting Blake Bortles this week. That's going to be interesting. You must have a player on bye. No, you just are benching Ryan Tannehill. That's fine too. But I think I don't love your roster. It's an eclectic roster of a lot of no-namers, but they are producing. Guys like John Brown are having a monster season. Like, who the hell is John Brown? I know. I'm the same way. But it's worked out for you so far to be 500. I think in the end, you're going to hit the rookie wall.